Hello, welcome to Unscripted Agility. My name is Gulam. I'm an agile coach and a scrum master. I work in the corporate world, and these episodes are about us talking about applying agility as we've learned and practiced in our work, but applying it to real life.
Thanks, Gulam. My name's Rick. I've also got decades of experience in agility. I'm turning 73, so my personal focus now is living as well as I can.
Absolutely. So where did this collaboration all start? Well, I met Rick at our last gig at the NDIA, where we were both agile coaches. But whilst we were there, we felt an immediate kind of alignment, and we shared similar views on the way that we worked, and we've also shared similar frustrations.
I left a bit earlier than Gulam, but we've kept in touch. As he said, we've got a lot in common in our philosophy and how we think about life. So, what we're trying to do now is just not to do just the same old stuff, but to look at our own lives in an agile way.
So after Rick left, we just continued to catch up. And so out of those discussions, question kind of emerged between us. Should we do something with this collaboration? And we got a ton of experience and a ton of knowledge, and we have similar views of life. And so that collaboration, those ideas sparked this project. Yeah. We had so many issues, and we continue to have issues. So it's a learning process. And, because it was a new area for us, nothing really worked as we expected it to work. And that's all part of the learning. And we're using our agile mindset and philosophy to deal with that as well.
Yeah. Look, one of the things I think about anybody living in their 60s and 70s is you have to adopt an agile mindset, because the ability to plan long term is at risk anyway. So what we've learned here is that process of working through the pain and confusion and just continually trying to improve slightly. Continuous improvement, core principle behind a lot of agile and lean, and we're a living example of trying to continually improve.
Yeah. And so like we do, Rick, at workplaces, we introduce a certain type of agile structure, and that's how we're kind of making the chaos manageable.
Yeah. And a really good example of what we were trying to do and how we're working together was the search for a name.
One name stood out. I don't know. It just kind of resonated with both of us. It was the name, obviously, of the podcast, Unscripted Agility. Kind of just hit the mark for us.
Yeah, I liked it when we first came up with it, but I actually getting more and more comfortable with the name. It reflects real life at our ages, less rigid planning, adapting. I have an interest in a number of different religions or different philosophies of life, including Taoism. And for me, this really reflects that Taoist sense of flow. You adapt to the life circumstances that come your way.
Yeah, absolutely. And for me, it kind of reflects the agile spirit in the sense that, detailed plans variably fail, and you kind of stand with guardrails to help you navigate uncertainty. And that effectively is life.
Yeah. And look, it summarizes the philosophy behind our collaboration. It's responsiveness over control. Rather than trying to map what we'll do out for the next 6 months to 12 months, we're really focusing on the here and now and just only looking as far ahead as we can reasonably predict.
Yeah. And I feel that using agile frameworks in real life, it helps not only to set our goals, but also increases the chances of you actually meeting them.
Yeah. I think that redefining purpose and that shared spiritual roots helped us a bit as well. As I mentioned, I've been interested in Taoism for a long time. I studied and learnt from a very famous Tai Chi master in Melbourne, and I still practice it. Not as often as I want to, but I still practice it and care about it. And it's really helped me adapt agility principles because they fit perfectly in that having to adjust to the flow of the world around you.
Yeah, absolutely. Agility gives us a clear, actionable way to apply that wisdom in everyday life. It connects that abstract wisdom to real life. So the next topic I think we had in our minds was talking about health as a central theme. I think that's a very important area for us. In our early engagement, we tried a few of these practice runs, and We had an early episode where we talked about vibrant personal health. And for me, I define vibrancy as a physical capability plus a mental clarity plus purpose. But I use the word vibrant, which I know Rick had some questions about.
Yeah, look, vibrant health is a wonderful concept, and I'm really happy for Gula that it applies to him. But for me, I don't know whether it's an age or just a wellness thing. I really think more about living well than vibrant health, because I think that's more realistic for where I'm at.
So the conclusion for me was that vibrancy is relative, and it's about living well where you are.
Yeah, I agree. For me, I want to talk about things like the risk of injuries. The key aim I have is to stay active. But being active, and particularly if you're trying to improve your physical and mental health, is that there's risks of injuries. So managing that, trying to understand through experimentation when I reach a plateau where this idea of progressive improvement actually is no longer probably possible, where it's more about maintaining physical and mental health.
Essentially, health is a core component of both of us. Health is a key theme as we get older.
We want to talk a bit about how we're using AI now, a podcast. So, it's a powerful, powerful tool. We're not using it to tell us what to say, but we're certainly using it to remove friction in the process.
For sure. I mean, it just saves so much time. The way I see it, it's a tool. It's an exceptional tool, right? But it's a tool. So it doesn't replace our thoughts, it doesn't replace our instincts and so forth. And our project, we hope, reflects the agile values which we espouse. So small steps, fast feedback, continuous improvement. That's going to be the core philosophy.
And the hope. Yeah. And the good reason, the basis of the collaboration is we want to create something useful for our age group. I've watched a lot of YouTube videos over the last few years, and some of them are fascinating, but they're just really not relevant to people in their 60s and 70s. Focus is creating something that's useful for people in our age by sharing our experiences.
Definitely. I believe this, and I feel so strongly about it, that what we're talking about could add so much value to people in this age range, right? Where things can be a bit challenging in life, right? So where are we right now with that project? We've got a name, we've got a backlog, we've got some early recordings, we've got a kind of a workflow, and more importantly, we've got a shared philosophy, which we agree upon, and a core idea centered around health, agility, aging well, and purpose.
Yeah, look, I agree. I think what we've both got is that long experience of seeing agile projects and programs sometimes work well, often not. There's some common fundamental principles behind agile and lean that apply just as much in your personal life as they do in doing big projects or programs. And that's what we want to share with people.
So it's still early, but it's real for us. And we are just pushing through the pain, pushing through the challenges that we're having. And that's all part of what we're talking about, right? The perseverance, the reflection, and the iteration. For those navigating midlife or later, those people seeking health, purpose, and adaptability, we hope this helps.
Yeah. And the key message I've got is you can revise, reinvent yourself. The main thing is that you commit to doing something.
Absolutely.
And then keep adjusting it, trying to keep that idea of continuous improvement.
Totally. So thanks for listening.
Yep. And there's more to come.
More to come. Absolutely.